Welcome to sportsbookreview.com. I'm Flash, and it's the quarterfinals of the Europa League. 8 will become 4. All ties, maybe apart from Man United versus Granada, are massively up for grabs. We've got Ajax let in 2 goals, but they missed the penalty when they were 1-0 up, so they could have sewn up the game. Arsenal, sloppy, 93rd minute equaliser. They've now got to go to Prague. And Villarreal did not kill off Zagreb. But first of all, if you like this video, then please subscribe, press the button and ring the bell. Ring the bell means that I can notify you and you'll never miss any content again. A slap on the wrist from me because I didn't notify Mr. Martin Green and one of our guests with Alex Classic Tips that this show was an hour and a half earlier than normal. So I apologise. I don't say sorry very often, but in this case, I must, and I do actually mean it. Gentlemen, I'll come to you first, Martin. You are excused. Sorry?
You are excused. Okay, go on.
Yeah, I was going to say, Martin, don't milk it. But the first thing he said this morning was, yeah, I wasn't told. Thanks, Mark. Throw me under the bus. And also, before you start, I've got to apologise if I look a little bit tired this morning. I was woken up last night about 11:45 when the missus went down for a glass of water and come running upstairs and said there's a 3-inch scorpion sitting in the middle of the kitchen floor. When I go down there, obviously he runs away, but he runs underneath the dishwasher and it takes us over 3 hours to decide we can't get him out. So then we go back to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning. Nothing's been changed, and then he's got to be caught this morning. Oh, these problems that I face.
You'll get back, and the scorpion will just be lounging on your sofa, having a drink
with the remote in his stick, with his towel, with the remote, watching sports.
Because it's Champions League tonight, he will enjoy a nice Bayern Munich versus PSG, you know.
Listen, and obviously, if there's any of the activists out there that worry about scorpions being treated, you're definitely 100% right to worry, because this scorpion, his days are numbered. Okay, and let's hope there's no sting in the towel at Old Trafford, Martin, because we're going Man United -210, draw +350, Granada +700. Granada absolutely struggling now. Looks like they've run out of gas, and Man United going from strength to strength.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a sting in the tail for Granada in this game, sadly, for their fans. I can see Man United doing a pretty clinical job on them. I'm thinking back to the round of 32 where they beat Real Sociedad 4-0 in the first leg. And then the second leg was just a drab 0-0 game. They're really good at just sitting back and soaking up pressure when they want to. They can put Fred and McTominay in midfield. I still think they can break. I still think they can probably go and win this game, but I can see them keeping a clean sheet here. I think they've looked pretty solid in recent weeks, unbeaten in 11 games in the Premier League now. You know, they restricted Granada to long shots in the first leg. They had 68% of possession. They were pretty dominant, and they took their chances when they had to. I can see this being, 0-0, 1-0 to Man United, something like that. For my tip, I've gone for just under 2.5 goals in the game. But if you want to push it, I'd happily go for Man United to win and under 3.5 goals. You can get +105 on that.
+110.
Well, probably even +110. Shop around for your odds. SBR odds. But yeah, I think low scoring. Man United should win. Think they'll dominate possession. Think Granada are a bit out of their depth.
Yeah, what about both teams to score no? Is that an option as well, Martin?
Definitely, yeah. When I saw, they did hit the post, but that was a kind of a cross that wasn't even really intended as a shot. Otherwise, it was just long-range efforts from Kennedy. Henderson didn't look particularly troubled in the Man United goal. At Old Trafford, I really think they'll keep a clean sheet. And it's not guaranteed that Man United will score either, because they don't really have the motivation to go out and attack. So I like the look of both teams to score no.
Yeah, maybe I've actually gone with Man United to win and under 3.5 goals. But Alex, I definitely don't see both teams scoring, and I don't see Granada actually coming out and thinking, right, let's get this goal early and put Man United under pressure.
They don't have the power to do that. They are not a Real Madrid or a Bayern Munich or whatever big team against Man United to say, okay, we are going to go all in and we are scoring a quick goal, a fast goal, and after that we will play. No. And imagine that you are asking about both teams to score. No, it's very, very strange the fact that the bookies have it priced between 1.65 and 1.81. So it's a large gap between one and the other bookie. And
disparity,
very
Alex.
big disparity: 1.65, 1.67, 1.71, 1.75, 1.81. Very, very strange. So I won't touch that market. I think that it will be the mirror game of, not the mirror game, the same game as it happened last week. And I went with the Man United -1 on the Asian handicap. I will repeat that bet because I really think that Manchester United will win with easiness. So the straight win, I think that it's a proper bet for a parlay bet. But if I'm taking it further for a single bet, -1 on the Asian handicap at 1.8.
Yeah, JD Film says Man United win 2-0 perhaps. Yeah, listen, I can see this being 1-0, 2-0, maybe even draw half time. But I've actually gone with Man United to win and under 3.5. I mean, it gives me that 2-1 and it gives me that 3-0 if they start going bonkers. And the big problem you have with this type of game is if Granada chuck the towel in and he sticks a few youngsters on and he's got Greenwood and James, they only know how to play one way, and that's go forward and try and impress a little bit more than they already have. Okay, let's go to this next game. It's Villarreal's Roma. 2-0, they're 2-1 up, Alex. They're +180, the draw +290, and Ajax are favourite at +145. Now, Ajax 1-0 up, get a penalty, sew up the game, go 2-0, cruise. No, they miss, and then they get found out twice. And then they go away and think, right now, we've got to score a minimum of 2 goals in Rome.
Yeah, because Roma scored 2 goals on the road, and it's very important that they entered this match on their turf with that 1 goal advantage and 2 goals scored on the road. It's very, very good. Let's not forget that Ajax dominated almost the entire game, and that 2-0 for them with Tadic missing the penalty. I think that they would have taken a really good opportunity to qualify further. Even right now, I will put a small stake on them to qualify further at 3.2 because I really think that their attacking firepower is huge. They should be more careful at the last ball and convert their many opportunities that they are creating. Roma were clinical. They scored 2 goals from 2 free opportunities. I liked the fact that they changed a little bit in the second half with Mayoral and Perez coming. I really like this Mayoral guy. And this time around, again, I think that Dzeko will be up, probably with Pedro and Mayoral, or something like that specific line. But I think that this match, again, will be dominated by Ajax. I really think that, again, an Alex Classic at 1.8 is the best value bet for this match. We can even think about over 3.5 goals in the match. But throw a little penny on Ajax to qualify at 3.2.
Yeah, I'll tell you what this game looks like as well, and it's a possibility. I've actually gone with Ajax team total over 1.5 at exactly the same price as Alex. I'm thinking Alex has always got that little edge on me, because even though I think that Ajax will score 2 goals, so over to 1.5, but Alex has always got that for the old 2-1 Roma win, 2-2, 2 so. We could see penalties. We could see Ajax win this game 2-1, and we could see penalties, Martin.
Your favorite bet, Flash.
But yeah, both win on penalties. That will be around maybe 10 or 12 to 1.
Exactly.
I think this is, Martin, I think this is probably the only game of the 3 that we will see the potential of penalties anyway. I can't hear Martin. Have you muted yourself, Martin? Yeah. You haven't done that for ages.
Sorry, I think we're going to see an entertaining game in this one. It was a great game in the first leg. I know Ajax dominated the ball, but like Alex said, Roma were clinical, and that's all you really need to do. If you can soak up pressure and break with pace and incision, then you're going to get a result. And well played, to leave Amsterdam with a 2-1 victory, I think is very impressive. They seem to have rested quite a lot of players at the weekend as well in their 1-0 win against Bologna. Pellegrini was on the bench, Dzeko, Veretout, David Santon, Javier Pastore, Henrik Mkhitaryan. So they can bring in their big guns for this game. This is clearly their priority now.
Yeah.
Get to the semi-finals, see if you can take on Man United, potentially win a trophy, get into the Champions League next season. I wouldn't write them off as contenders. I think they would definitely be underdogs against Man United, but I can see them scraping through this. Going to be a difficult game. I'm staying away from the outrights. I wanted to go for the Alex Classic, but the odds just weren't appealing to me. So I've gone for both teams to score an under 4.5 goals instead. Looking at maybe a 2-1.
2-2?
2-2, yeah, something like that. I can just see both teams getting on the score sheet again because Ajax have got to take the game to Roma. They're going to have to come out. They're going to have to take risks. And we've seen how clinical Roma are in front of goal and how good they are on the break. So, yeah, I think we'll see both teams getting on the score sheet.
Okay, Focus Sports in the chat makes a good point and a dodgy old point. He said this is the game last week that we all got wrong. I don't think we got it wrong, to be honest, because as I say to you, Ajax, I went with Ajax straight win. And if they go and get the penalty, then they win. And because it's 2-0. I think it's one of them. I think it's one of them where the result didn't actually portray the way that the game went. But the other good point.
The only one I got wrong was Arsenal. But hey, you got to get Arsenal. You got no one expected that from Arsenal. I got Alex Classic on that one. That was an obvious bet. I went for that.
Can I just tell you that there's only 14% thumbs up. I mean, great that we got 86 of you watching. 13 thumbs up is not a real appreciation of what we're all doing. Remember, your job is to put the thumbs up if you'd be so kind. Yeah, I mean, listen, it was the only one I got wrong, but I still would have seen the game. I think I got it right. The result, Alex, was just not the way that we thought it would go.
And he's not right 100%. I went for the over 2.5 goals in the match, so I got it right.
Okay, and also, but I tell you what, I think he is right, and I think he is onto a good thing. As long as the market has got it right. Corners in this game, both teams are going to attack. You know the way that Ajax go forward. I think if that market is anywhere near 10.5, maybe 9.5, I think you go over that. Any thoughts, boys?
In the first leg, we've seen 13 of them, with Ajax pushing for the win there after being 2-1 down. And I think that again, if you even if you take the team total corners for Ajax, I think that over 6.5 there, it should be a winning bet. But yeah, over 9.5 total corner should be a win also.
Yeah, Focus. When you say about corners, do us a favour and give us the line, will you? But yeah, we fancy there will be double-digit corners. Now moving on, because I've got to come to you, Martin, because it's your team, but I've got to leave it alone because my fingers, or 3 of my fingers, are still in Slavia Prague's mouth, and I will stay away, just like you do in La Liga with Valencia. But it's Slavia Prague 1-1 with Arsenal. Slavia Prague plus 350, draw plus 260, Arsenal minus 123. There'll be plenty people wanting that minus 123. First of all, we need probably a lineup check, but Slavia Prague, as I've said all along, they're a proper European outfit.
23 games unbeaten now in all competitions. In that time, they've played Leicester twice, they've played Rangers twice. Well played to them, and they've come away from the Emirates with a draw. They're a hard-working team. They've got a stubborn defence. You can't knock them at all. Arsenal have more quality players. We were filming the Premier League show. I was watching it. Willian hit the post.
Well, you mean you weren't concentrating on the Premier League show?
I was trying. I was multitasking, which I'm told men can do occasionally.
Right.
But yeah, I watched it all back, the whole 90 minutes as well. And Arsenal were the better team. They should have won the game, just shot themselves in the foot, as they so frequently do towards the end. No need to give away that late corner, and then the defending was shocking. So you've always got that worry with Arsenal. I wouldn't advise anyone against both teams to score. I would be happy with the Alex Classic in this game. Slavia Prague have got an away goal, so Arsenal are going to have to come out and attack. Interesting to see who's going to start. Bukayo Saka limped off at the weekend against Sheffield United with a bit of a dodgy-looking thigh. Hopefully he'll recover in time, because I think Odegaard's out. Emil Smith-Rowe's doubtful. But Pepe's starting to find his feet. Lacazette's in good form. Aubameyang's fit to vie for a starting berth. Willian could be in there. Just look at how expensively assembled this Arsenal team is. They should be beating Slavia Prague. They should be going to Prague and getting a win here. The odds reflect that. It's going to be difficult because they're on this long unbeaten streak. They beat Sparta Prague 2-0 at the weekend, well clear at the top of their domestic league. Got to show them a great deal of respect.
Yeah.
But if Arsenal are clinical in front of goal, if they bring their shooting boots and they play anywhere near their full potential, they should scrape a win in this game. So I've gone for the away team, and I think with under 4.5 goals for a bit of value, that's my tip.
Subjective
Alex,
or realistic?
the way that this Slavia Prague team plays, there's a chance that they're happy to frustrate, because, again, I keep saying it, they are like the ultimate old-fashioned European side. 0-0's good for them. Will the away goal come back and haunt Arsenal, or is this a game that will go all the way for penalties with a 1-1 draw?
I wanted to ask Martin if this bet is subjective or realistic.
I mean, if you're talking, it's realistic if you're looking at the general level of quality in the Premier League. With all due respect to the Czech First League, they don't have the sort of budget that Arsenal are operating on. You look at some of the players that Arsenal have bought. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is supposed to be one of the world's most dangerous strikers. Thomas Partey is supposed to be one of the world's best midfielders. You're paying a fortune to some of these guys in weekly wages. And I know there's more to it than money. There's got to be some sort of cohesion in the team. But if you watch the first leg, Arsenal were the better team, and they were unlucky in a way not to win. It was their own fault. They were the architects of their own downfall. But they looked to have it sewn up, only to a momentary lapse in concentration. I don't know. I mean, it's so difficult because they blow hot and cold, Arsenal. But I have seen this team, they beat Man City and Chelsea en route to winning the FA Cup last season. They have beaten Liverpool at times. That's why I say if they play to their full potential, they can win it. Whether or not they do is another matter entirely. But if I can get plus money, I can't see it going beyond 4.5 goals. And if I can get plus money on Arsenal beating a team when they should be superior in quality to them, yeah, I think it's worth the risk for me.
They should be superior, but Slavia Prague upset many teams. Most recently Leicester.
Sorry, just one thing: they did lose 4-0 to Bayer Leverkusen. They did
get very early on, but Leverkusen were one of the best sides in Europe on form when they did that.
Shite this season. Sorry, but Leverkusen are having a bad season. They lost to Midtjylland in qualifying for the Champions League. Got absolutely destroyed by Midtjylland, who aren't the best team in Denmark. And they lost to Hapoel Beersheva in the group stage. So if you take inspiration from some of those performances, they're certainly not an invincible team. I think Leicester did.
Oh no, absolutely, they are not an invincible. I didn't even. I will never say that Slavia Prague are an invincible team, and I really don't understand why they used their best 11 against Sparta Prague last weekend when they are ahead in the domestic league by many points. So they could have rested many of their key players, and I saw the lineups. Everybody was there. The biggest problem for them right now is probably one of their best players, not the best, let's say one of their best players, Olainka, the left wing, is injured, and probably he will not play against Arsenal. And this is a huge issue. Yes, Arsenal are the better team, let's put it this way, but they might even upset Arsenal once again. I see an exciting match. I see a fast goal in the first 30 minutes of the match. I see one goal in the first 30 minutes of the match. And I see over 2.5 goals in the entire match at 2.0. Because Arsenal are right now with the second chance because they are trailing with Slavia Praga scoring that away goal. Yes, they can win 1-0 and that's it. They will go further. But Slavia will not stay to defend that 1-0 for Arsenal. And Arsenal are deadly on the break. I see 3 goals in this one, but I see a fast goal in the first 30 minutes of the game.
Yeah, patience is a massive key for Prague, and I don't see them as having any star players, but they don't really have any weaknesses neither. They are strong. I remember I've said this many times on these soccer shows, is that you're only as strong as your weakest link. They haven't really got a weak link, to be fair to them. They are underestimated because they're not fashionable. But again, listen, if Arsenal go and win, then it's obvious. But for me, I'm staying well away. Maybe an in-play if I see Arsenal are at it, because I know that sooner or later they'll break them down with a little bit of pace or a little bit of craft. But I just cannot go anywhere near a team that have already bit me. Now, game.
Focus Sports is saying Arsenal to win 2-0. I think that is the most riskier bet ever in Europa League when it comes to Arsenal, and mostly on the road. And if you look at Arsenal, how the way that they are conceding, like Martin said, stupid mistakes at the back in the last minutes of the game. And Arsenal are conceding every fucking game. Every game, minus the Sheffield United one that they won 3-0.
Who have finished anyway, But let's go on to the next game, though, Alex.
You really cannot bet on Arsenal to keep clean sheets. I think that is the most riskier bet.
Yeah, and I see Prague maybe coming out the traps as well to try and get Arsenal on the back foot early. Now, the next game, this team have got a real opportunity to go on and win it. But first of all, they've got to get rid of this Zagreb side. It's Villarreal. They're 1-0 up from the first leg. Villarreal minus 210, so mirrors but same as Man United against Granada. Draw plus 310, Alex, and Zagreb a massive plus 725. Do we give Zagreb any chance? Villarreal going strength to strength, but Villarreal do what they do. They go 2 up, and then they throw it away.
Yeah, I'm staying well away from this match. I saw the first leg, dominant Villarreal, unlucky not to win by more than 1 goal. Also, Dinamo Zagreb had their own chances, but those chances were very little, in the minutes that Villarreal was relaxing a little bit, But if Villarreal want to score, they will score. This is what I saw in the first game. So I don't understand how they didn't score 1 more, but they are happy with that 1-0 on the road. Very, very happy. So they didn't change the gear and attack with all the power. But if they need to do that, I'm sure that they will do it. At 1.48, this is what I was thinking, to put Villarreal and Manchester United in a double there at even money together.
Yeah, I mean, we might as well go with Villarreal -1 then on the Asian handicap. I mean, obviously, it's still going to be a minus, but you see them winning the game. The worst case scenario is they win the game 1-0. But Zagreb, they'll chuck the towel in, Martin, if they go behind early, because there's no way they're scoring 2 or 3 on the road.
Yeah, the odds are quite decent, actually, on Villarreal -1 Asian handicap. I did do a little parlay earlier this week, and I had Villarreal in it. I think I had both teams to score in Roma v Ajax, Man United under 3.5 goals, and Arsenal draw no bet maybe. I can see them winning it. Emery wants to win this competition again, doesn't he? You saw the lineup he played at the weekend. He left Moreno on the bench. He left Etienne Capoue on the bench. He fielded pretty much a very weakened side. He did this at Arsenal. He just played weakened teams in the Premier League, week in, week out, and they blew the top 4 just so they could go to the Europa League final and get absolutely battered by Chelsea. He's putting all
This is what Vivica on the chat, Vivica Crystal doesn't understand. He says Villarreal were beaten by Osasuna at home, scary to back them. Did you saw the match? Did you saw the lineups? Do you know the interest of the team in Europa League? Do you know anything about betting?
Yeah, they're a completely different animal in the Europa League, Vivica, because I tell you now, if they play for half an hour, 45 minutes in La Liga Primera, like they do in the Europa League. I mean, Mitch has probably come up one of the best ones I've seen, and it's not even that risky. It's Villarreal win to 0 at plus 125.
The only thing I don't like about this game is that, and you could say this about the Man United game as well, is that they don't need to win. A draw would suit them.
I know, but 0-0. I mean, and then with the way that things go, just a ball in the box, a lucky ricochet, a lucky bounce, and it's 1-1. You go to extra time and penalties. I think Villarreal get their noses in front very early on, and then if Zagreb keep coming at them, they'll hit them on the break. They'll pick them off. Listen, these boys are perfect 10-yard triangle passes.
Overs, right?
Yeah, they're a good team. They'll be well rested. They're highly motivated. They won the first leg.
For me, they're alive. They're a live contender for the whole thing.
Maybe. I don't know. It depends. If Arsenal get through, which, as we've discussed, is by no means a foregone conclusion, it's going to be very difficult. But it will be interesting if they do to see Arsenal come up against Villarreal and Unai Emery. I think Villarreal would get the better of Slavia Prague. I think they'd be too slick for them on the ball. But then again, I don't think they'd beat Man United in the final.
What I would like, it's not going to happen, but football is nice, and as neutral fans, we always love the underdogs, minus Martin, who is with Arsenal, of course. But I would like to see a semi-final between Slavia Prague and Dinamo Zagreb, to be honest.
Yeah, but there's no chance of that. Okay, let's have a little look at the official picks, please, Esteban. Let's see where the boys...
Picks, Flash, tell me.
Leave it up.
Ajax or Villarreal? More to go further.
Villarreal go through, but I think Ajax have got a great chance as well. But I think Villarreal Man United final is definitely on the cards. Now, Alex's picks. Roma, Alex Classic -125. Man United -1 at -125. Slavia Prague over 2.5 goals in the game at +100. Man United under 2.5 goals in the game at +100. Roma, both teams score, and under 4.5 at +115. Brings in the 2-2. And Arsenal to win and under 4.5 goals at +105. Now, Flash's picks. Man United to win and under 3.5 at +110. Ajax team total over 1.5. Remember, they've got to score 2 to have any chance of progressing, -125. Villarreal to win and under 3.5 goals at +100. Really on that Villarreal Man United just to get the job done.
And put some McDonald's money on Ajax to qualify at 3.2, please.
Yeah, and listen, if you want to, the only 2 games I think have got chances of going to penalties are Slavia Prague and Arsenal, and Roma and Ajax. But I mean, if Roma and Ajax go to penalties, and I've hit the team total, Alex is at the Alex Classic. And I just see that Arsenal Slavia, I've got to leave well alone, but I'm happy to go to penalties because I just love the drama, unscripted drama it is as well. Now, I appreciate everyone in the chat. So much support, so much knowledge. I absolutely really like it a lot. Okay, so if you like this video, then please subscribe, press the button and ring the bell. Ring the bell means I'll notify you and you'll never miss any content again. So you'll know on Thursday we have Serie A, Bundesliga and the Premier League. On Friday we'll have La Liga Lowdown with Ewan and Martin Green, and then we get ourselves ready because there's plenty of sporting events coming up. We've got the Kentucky Derby coming up at the end of the month. And if you're an NFL fan, who's going to get the top boys in the NFL draft with Donnie, Kyle, and maybe a few surprise guests? Thank you, Martin. Thank you, Alex. Have a great day. Remember, we'll be doing the live betting show this afternoon and again tomorrow. So make sure you join, subscribe, and we will find plenty winners, whether it's cards, corners, goals. We like that one. Next
shots on target.
Shots on target. Tuba Motang. No, just shots, not on target. You take care.